force starts guiding you and leading you to the right place at the right time if you simply have a right intent. Thank you so much. And I would definitely say you're doing a noble work, which is absolutely essential in today's time. And I want to congratulate you and thank you also for giving me this opportunity.
Most welcome.
Right. Your first question was, what do I do? So I would call myself a holistic nutritionist because I blend the food principles of East and West. When I say that, what I mean is, I have understood very early in life that the reductionist methods of using body and food doesn't work. Both body and food are very complex and they have interconnections between their own parts, and we cannot isolate them, like break the body into its parts or the food into its components and expect it to work in isolation. No, it has to be holistic and considered as whole. And that's what I figured out, and that's what I do. Well, I started my journey 30 years back, but at different levels, at different intensities, depending on my personal, wishes and whims, because family needs different at different times and different things. So depending on what was the need of the family, I took it ahead. But I've been working in this space for last 30 years. So the whole influence was my father. He is a naturopath and a yoga exponent, besides being a biochemistry professor. Wow. So I think his influence during my growing up period laid a very strong foundation of what I wanted to do and how I took it ahead. But his knowledge and his work is what laid that foundation for me to understand it. And there was no looking back, there was no chance of me misunderstanding or underestimating our Indian traditional philosophies of food, like nature cure and yogic philosophy of food, which is what I use in blending it into my understanding or the fundamental understanding of my nutrition science. When I did my master's, I was already married and I was having children.
Okay.
So literally it was, going back to college, attending full college, taking care of my home, my in-laws, my children, their studies. And that's how I started doing my master's. That is when I actually got serious and became passionate about what I want to learn. So it was almost 15 years back when I actually realized that this has a huge potential of what exactly I'm doing. That is where my confusion started when I finished my master's. I finished my master's and kind of stood first in the university, but that is when I realized I was thoroughly confused. Because what I grew up learning was exactly different from what I learned from my textbooks. And thankfully, there was no Google to confuse me more. And I had to go to different experts to understand what and why of everything. That is where my learning and understanding comes from. And that was the first challenge which I had. But after understanding what is right and what is wrong, the bigger challenge was acceptance. Nobody at that point of time would accept what my vision was, my understanding was. And that is where it started. But probably, today we have a better scenario where the West has accepted it and we have enough research data coming onto our tables. But then it was quite a struggle. I wouldn't say a struggle, it was quite challenging. And that is when I started. And it was hopeless situation for me at that point of time because there was nobody to accept. that is where I started. But yes, today we have a better place.
While setting up the business, what were the other challenges that you faced? Was, convincing people or marketing about what you're doing? What were those initial challenges when you set up the business?
The marketing challenge was there and is there even now. That's the biggest problem I have, because I belong to a different generation, I neither have time is one thing. Second thing is, I have no interest of learning and trying to make something out of it. This is the biggest challenge I have even to date, is the first thing. And coming to my profession, yes, acceptance was a problem. And I was feeling very helpless and hopeless at that point of time. I didn't know where to look for and how do I do going ahead. And I was running from pillar to post, telling people what I have and what is the knowledge I have and what is it I want to do. But I really got tired at one point of time. And I said, I'm going to sit in a place and wait for somebody to come, seek me. And that is when actually it all happened. There was one middle-aged lady who came to me, trusting me, and said, yes, I want to do this.
Yes.
And I want to get rid of my medications. I want to get rid of all my illnesses and use the natural ways of healing myself. And that is when I actually started and worked with her for say probably 3-4 months. And she had diabetes with very huge amount of blood sugars, obesity, and imbalanced lipids. And in these 3-4 months, what she understood at the end of it is she had lost 12 kgs of weight. She had reversed her diabetes, which her doctors wouldn't believe, and her lipids came to normal levels. And that is when I realized the potential of what I was doing.
How important
it is.
No
looking back. Yeah. From then on, I knew this is going to work and I don't have to depend on anybody. And
Wonderful.
Today, my calendar is booked for 2 or 3 months, not to tell you because I am, proud of it. This is how people have started realizing.
Yes.
It is not the drugs which will heal us. It is very important to, eat right and live right. Today, people have understood. And that is why they seek it. Otherwise, it was all about drugging ourselves and suffering more probably. But today, people have realized and they seek natural ways of healing themselves.
So how do you consult people, physically, or you give the online sessions as well? Online consultations are there.
Earlier, it was all physical and only people who were away from Bangalore used to take online consultation. But thanks to COVID, everything has become online. I don't move out of this place. Everything happens here online.
So this is how COVID has impacted you. You have gone online and consulted people. So
and also people have become aware of their health, They have understood that
especially
it is
after
very
COVID.
important. Correct. Especially after COVID, they have understood they have to become aware and it is for them to do something about their health. It is not for somebody outside to do about their health. So this awareness has made it more beautiful that people are seeking to become healthy, taking their time and efforts towards it.
Wow, your 15 to 30 years of hard work, is paying you off now in such a beautiful way. And it must give you a very satisfying feeling when a patient is healed, through your treatment, isn't it?
Absolutely. Every day I wake up to these messages, I was suffering for 10, 20 years or 10 years and all of those. Every single day I wake up to these messages and I simply feel blessed. And I feel I have a wonderful divine job at hand to see people heal themselves and bless me every single day. Only eating and living right is going to, bless us in every way. And that simple understanding, I think people miss because we seek pleasures outside, no? It's all through our senses. We want the pleasure from outside. We don't understand that is inside and we need to look inside and we have to take charge of it.
So since your calendar is booked for 2 to 3 months, do you ever feel stressed that, I want to take a break? I feel I'm stressed now. No?
No, I always enjoy doing it. And every client I meet, I learn so much more. And it's a joy working with people because I'm sure all people who are passionate about their space will understand and agree with me. So the more I do, the more joy it gives me. I am never feel stressed or want a break. Doing it gives me a break, honestly, from whatever I'm doing on a mundane way. Never. But my biggest stress is managing things. What I do, I love doing it, so I can do it very well. But what I don't know, especially what I said, the marketing, that is what stresses me, honestly. I do personal consultations. I love teaching, and I have created a beautiful small course, putting in all that I've learned in these 30 years, both learning and unlearning. And I call it Holistic Nutrition and Health Certification course. I teach that and I train people. But when I train people, they go away from me and start doing their own ways of teaching or consultation with their clients. So I don't hold anybody. Everybody is free and they learn from me and they go and practice on their own. And that's exactly what I want. You need so many more people to work in this area. Thousands of them. And I would say every street should have a holistic nutritionist who will work with the local community to help them eat right and live right. And that's what is missing today. If we can do that, we can create a beautiful, healthy society around us.
So what is your magic mantra for them when somebody starts a new business? What would you like to tell them? What would be your message?
Well, I think we live in such a beautiful time today that anybody passionate about doing anything can succeed. But what I would suggest is, unless we have a very intense intent of doing good to the society, maybe we'll succeed making money, name, fame. But I feel this is one thing we should always have an element of: doing good to others, doing good to the society. Now we don't have to work towards, name, fame and money. It follows. Some unknown, force starts guiding you and leading you to the right place at the right time if you simply have a right intent. So I would tell everybody, just have this intent of doing good to others and everything else follows. Never consider that as a struggle. It's a challenge which will make you better in whatever you're doing. That's the biggest thing I have learned with my challenges. Every time I get to learn more and more and I get to become better and better. So that process is very beautiful. Don't miss that. That is what is going to make you stronger and better at what you're doing. And always accept it and flow with it. And that's going to take you ahead. Goal is not important. Of course, we need to fix a goal somewhere. But enjoying the process, being in the present is what actually will lead you to the goal. Looking at the goal, you're not going to reach there. I just want everybody to start thinking and have this common sense of, I can become healthy, I can be healthy, I can prevent diseases. And even if I have one, not just one, any combinations of diseases and disorders, I can become healthy. And when I say I can become healthy, it is not just absence of disease, It is very important to understand I have a choice to suffer and not to suffer, depending on what I eat and how I live. Just changing these two empowers me towards health. And if every individual, we can, drill in this to every individual and give them the choice whether they want to suffer or not, end their suffering. This is my vision of giving this, message to every individual and having this rippling effect. One person comes to me as a client and reverses their diseases and disorders, become healthy and get back, but they are the one who spread this message to their families, to their friends, to their relatives. And this is so simple that they can teach others. So this rippling effect is what is very beautiful, and this is what I'm looking at.
It was really, really nice, listening to you. Any last words that you would like to, this would be my last question. So any last words that you would like to say to our audience or to the Soil Cup?
I think I've said it all whole of the time. But yes, we have to take charge of our health, because I can't eat for you. I can't run for you. I would say it's truly a blessing, because we can't buy health. We have to work towards it. And the day I realize, yes, I have to work towards it, I think all of us can get healthy. in every way. Physical, where none of my body parts ask for attention. Mental, where I'm always calm and sharp at mind. And have an emotional balance where I don't react or overreact, and have a beautiful psychology of what I would say, I don't think ill of myself and ill of others. This is where I would say I'm truly well within. So that wellness is what all of us need at this point of life in today's society.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gauri, for giving us the time and for sharing such beautiful thoughts and the beautiful intent with which you're working for the society today. So I'll just stop the recording here.
Namaste. I'm Dr. Gauri Rokkam from Bangalore. To be in health or to get back to health, all we need to do is eat and live right. Let me give you 5 simple tips to eat and live right. Coming to food, go plant-based, and as far as possible, consume organically grown or naturally grown foods. Keep them unrefined and wholesome, as close as the way the plants produced. Let me give you a couple of examples so that you understand what I mean from each food groups. Coming to grains, instead of eating white polished rice, consume any variety of unpolished rice. Coming to grams and dals, consume a variety of them and consume the dals with skin or husk. Coming to vegetables, eat a lot of them in every meal, both raw and cooked, and ensure to keep their skins on. Do not peel off their skins. Coming to fruits, consume them in large quantities again in the evening, and wherever possible, keep the skin on. When you do this, you will be consuming a huge amount of fiber, which brings us to the second point, that is, you will have a complete, clean elimination first thing in the morning without any effort. We all know constipation is the mother of many, many diseases, which will be solved with this kind of fiber. Next comes physical activity. Engage in any kind of physical activity, a minimum of an hour per day, which gives you joy. It could be as simple as a walk or a jog or a good yoga, asana and pranayama schedule, or a swim or a dance or playing a game. Then comes sleep. Ensure to get sound sleep because it is the sleep which will help repair and rejuvenation every single day. It's not just enough to get sound sleep, but sleeping early every single day is very, very important. And not to forget, lastly, the most important, which is keeping the mind calm and peaceful. And one of the simplest solutions I can suggest is, in every sphere of life, try not to bite more than you can chew. If we can keep this simple idea and thought always, we will not be stressed and we will not end up with stressful situations, which will in turn create all kinds of diseases and disorders. Hope these 5 simple tips will help you adopt all of them and get healthier. Thank you. And let me not forget to mention Soil Cup, which has helped me make this video. Wishing all of you abundant health and a big thanks to Soil Cup and the team. Thank you.